Have you ever hit literally every single milestone you set out for yourself? Maybe you finally got that dream job, found a great relationship, or bought the house, and yet you still woke up with this nagging, heavy sense of emptiness. It's a super frustrating question. Why on earth are we so unhappy when we do everything right? Well, that restless, anxious feeling, that deep sense that something fundamental is just missing despite checking all the right boxes, that is exactly what we call the perennial struggle. So, welcome to this explainer, Escaping the Illusions of the Mind. Today, we're going to unpack the hidden social and philosophical errors that are secretly distorting your reality. But don't worry, we're not just going to stop at the diagnosis. We are going to look at some very concrete, practical tools to help you actually clear away that mental fog. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll explore the perennial struggle, navigate the philosophical traps and illusions of society that keep us stuck, and then learn how to reframe reality, confront the shadow self, and finally map out the path to freedom. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The perennial struggle, unmet needs and existential emptiness. Look, we all have basic human needs, right? The need for connection, for purpose, for safety. But here's the catch. Those needs are constantly being filtered through our worldview. Think of your worldview as this framework of totally unconscious beliefs that you simply absorbed from your childhood and from society. It's honestly like wearing a pair of really scratched up glasses that you don't even know you have on, and those scratches completely distort your true needs. They act like weeds choking out your actual potential, which absolutely leads to self-sabotage, even when your life looks totally perfect on paper. Section 2. Philosophical and cognitive traps. The weeds in our mind. So, a massive root cause of all this frustration is that we constantly confuse the map with the territory. What do I mean by that? Well, our mental representations, the words, the symbols, and the stories we constantly tell ourselves about the world, that's just the map. The territory is objective reality itself. And we suffer so much because we literally treat the movie playing inside our heads as if it's the actual physical world. When reality doesn't match our perfect little script, we get anxious, we get angry, or we get depressed. We're reacting to a totally flawed map, not the real world. Scott Peck actually hit the nail on the head here. He said that when we cling to that broken map, we're engaging in emotional sickness, basically avoiding reality at any cost by just clinging to our illusions and blaming everything on the world. Emotional health, on the flip side, is having the guts to face the actual territory, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. True healing? It absolutely requires putting down our flawed maps and looking at the actual territory right in front of us. Moving into Section 3, the illusions of society. Let's break some spells. We're constantly sold these cultural myths that promise us a beautiful, lush garden, but ultimately deliver a barren wasteland. Take the myth of the magical other, for example. This is that crazy idea that one perfect soulmate is going to swoop in to fix all your flaws, solve your tax problems, and magically cure your existential dread. That places an impossible burden on our relationships. Or think about how we equate success purely with wealth and power, completely ignoring what we actually value in life. Identifying these societal fallacies is a real game changer. It's how you free yourself from expectations you never even consciously chose in the first place. Section 4. Reframing your reality. Time to plant some new seeds. Okay, so how do we actually fix these philosophical errors? A fantastic, immediate tool you can use is to always invert. When you catch yourself thinking something like, "You are holding me back," immediately flip it around to, "I am holding myself back." Or instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try on, "I never listen to you." Now, this isn't about toxic self-blame. Not at all. It's about radical ownership. It instantly forces you to stop projecting your issues outward and grounds you right back in reality. And when a specific story in your head is just causing you a ton of stress, run it right through these 4 questions of self-inquiry. 1. Is it actually true? 2. Can you absolutely 100% know it's true? 3. How do you react both emotionally and physically when you believe that thought? And finally, the ultimate circuit breaker, question 4. Who would you be without that thought? Working your way through these questions literally burns away false beliefs like the morning fog. It completely separates your painful internal narrative from the objective truth. Section 5. Confronting your shadow self. Integrating the dark. Now, true self-reflection eventually forces us to face the parts of ourselves we kind of fear or even despise. But as Carl Jung famously noted, what you resist persists. Pushing away all these undesirable traits doesn't just make them magically disappear, it just shoves them deep down into our subconscious, where they secretly wreak havoc on our peace of mind. We end up projecting our own hidden flaws outward. Have you ever noticed how you can find everyone else highly irritating, totally blind to the fact that the irritation actually lives inside of you? To stop this constant projection, you can use something called the 3-2-1 shadow process. Let's say you absolutely hate rudeness in other people. Start with step 3. Describe it in the third person. Ask yourself, what is it doing that triggers me so much? Then move to step 2. Talk to it. Literally ask it, why are you bothering me? And finally, step 1. Be it. Shift right into the first person and say, I am sometimes rude. This is a part of me. By shifting that negative trait from some external it back to an integrated I, you completely neutralize its hidden power over you. Finally, Section 6, the path to freedom, living a good life. Our society really treats happiness like a product you can just buy or a destination you'll eventually reach if you just hustle and grind hard enough. But it's an objective condition. Happiness is absolutely not a goal. It's literally the warm sunlight that naturally surrounds you when you are living a grounded, ethical life. If you aim directly at happiness, I promise you, you will miss it. But if you aim at living a good life, acting with reason, virtue, and absolute clarity, happiness is just going to follow as a natural byproduct. So what does that good life actually look like? To put it into perspective, 99% of it comes down to 3 deeply controllable things. Ask yourself, what are you working on and why? Who are you spending your time with and why? And how well are you treating your body and why? Focus your energy right here. If you align your daily actions with your highest, most authentic values, you step right out of the mind's illusions and into a reality you actually want to live in. I'll leave you with this to chew on. Your life isn't some grand, abstract concept. It is literally just a series of moments. Right now, at this exact second, you are trading a moment of your life for something. Maybe it's for a false societal illusion, maybe it's for worry, or maybe it's for joy, connection, and truth. Since you are constantly trading your moments for either misery or meaning, what are you going to choose to trade your next moment for?